My name is Matt Cassian. 23 years old from Sherwood Park, Alberta, which is very, very much to the north of Houston. It's actually in Canada, if you know where that is. I play hockey professionally for the Houston Aeros. I was probably on skates before I can walk, so pretty early. Maybe 2 or 3 years old, started skating, started actually playing maybe 4 or 5 years old. Canadians are crazy like that. It's just what we do. Played my minor hockey in my hometown. Then moved away from home at 16 to play in Vancouver, which is just north of Seattle, as playing junior hockey, which in Canada is the equivalent of college football, so it's a pretty big deal. And I got traded to a city called Kamloops, which is in the Rocky Mountains, beautiful city. And spent a couple years there, and that's where I was drafted by Minnesota. And then eventually signed a contract with them, and that's how I ended up here. They sent me here to develop and get better, and hopefully improve enough to play there. My role in the team. I've been called various things by various people, some of them not so nice. Essentially, I'm the guy who, if something goes wrong on the ice, if something dirty happens on the ice, I get the call to go out there and make everything better. So it's a pretty physical role. I mean, sometimes I'm the problem on the ice for the other team. I guess that's the other half of it. I kind of run around and try to hit guys and run them over and make it a long night for the other team's forwards and defensemen and for the goalie and basically for everyone. I mean, I've been booed more times than I can count in other teams' buildings. Being a professional athlete definitely has its advantages, but it also definitely has its disadvantages. Hockey, just like most or a lot of other professional sports, I'd assume, isn't always the best environment for a Christian to be in. I mean, you're not always exposed to all the good things and all the healthy things, and sometimes those pressures will get you, and you crack to those pressures, and it's about really just relying on the Lord to not give into those things and to not, and for me it wasn't always the case. There was a time when I wasn't saying no to things, and I wasn't really living for the Lord. And I mean, athletes get benefits from, I mean, it's, if you want to say, from girls to money to, I mean, guys, alcohol and partying and whatever. I mean, that's a lot of guys, that's what they do, and that's what, I mean, it's, they get an opportunity to do that because they're athletes, even more than the average person would, and so there's a lot of pressures to buy into that kind of thing and that kind of thought process. And I mean, fortunately for me, before I got too involved in any of those things, like I said, the Lord kicked me in the shins pretty good and kind of set me a little bit straight, or a lot straight, very, very much more straight than I was. Not that I'm by any means perfect or anything, but I mean, by the grace of God, I've kind of been able to kind of claw my way back into the light, so to say. So I got connected to the underground. Our team chaplain for the Houston Aeros actually goes to Second Baptist, I think the Woodway campus. So we were just talking about options for services that weren't on Sundays, because we plan so many Sundays and are traveling on so many weekends that sometimes it's tough to get out to church. So he had said he had heard about like a college careers singles service. He didn't really know much about it, but he'd heard about it anyways, and so he recommended that I try and check it out, and that's what I did. I mean, I just went online to the website and kind of started looking through the services and ended up finding it, and then decided if I'm going to go to a service, I'm going to want to make sure that it's a legit service and not just something that is just kind of there, that you just kind of go to hang out. Like, I wanted something with a little bit more substance than some of the college services back home I've been to, or really anywhere, or something with just, I mean, something that had some just some real positive things going for it. And so I got in touch with Chad. Most of you probably know who he is, I would hope. If you don't, you should find out. But so I got in touch with him. We went out and sat down for some lunch and kind of talked for a little bit, and then I came out, and it's been great. And I mean, just can't wait to get back anytime I can, or any opportunity I can. If I could tell people something, it would be that just always be searching for that fire. Sometimes it's easy to lose spiritually. and that desire to do the things you should be doing in terms of prayer and studying and learning, going to church, getting involved in small groups, getting involved in your community, anything you can do. Like, just don't lose that passion or that desire to be doing those things. And even when you do, just that's almost the time you need to make sure you're doing them even more, just until you kind of can find your ground again and you can get your footing again spiritually. And also, I mean, it'd be great if you came to the underground. Keep coming to the underground. Bring people to the underground. It's such a great environment and good environment with good people and well-meaning people who are spiritually grounded, and it'll just be extremely beneficial to you and to people you know. Maybe people who aren't Christians or who don't know the Lord. I mean, it's such an opportunity in such a relaxed but not relaxed environment that's going to challenge you and push you in a lot of ways. So just make sure you're coming out and bring people too, because that's it's always better, and it's always more fun with a friend anyways. So, you know, I try and bring some of my teammates. So maybe you should bring some of your teammates or friends, whatever you have. Teammates, friends, family, your dog. But don't bring your dog, but you could bring your dog, maybe. I don't know. I don't make the rules.